Hey guys, what's going on? My name's the Pythonator, and if this is uploaded in time, which I'm hoping it will be, this will be the first official weapon guide for any gun for Black Ops 2 on all of YouTube. And I'm talking about guns based off in-game stats, because there's been guides like T. Martin's done guides where he looked at the progress bars, like the attribute bars in-game. Those aren't really accurate, so you can't really judge those. They kind of give you the sense of a gun, but they don't really justify it, if you say. And then there's been people like Next Gen Tactics, who's done like little histories of the gun, went over like the fire modes and stuff like that. But it's really basic stuff that doesn't really talk about balance in that sort of sense. So I'm here to bring you guys the first guide today. And the thing is, these attribute bars, I feel really bad if you aren't that experienced with the game mechanics and stuff like that, because realistically, if you go back to Modern Warfare 3, you would think the PM9 is a lot better than the MP7. And I mean, I know some people think it is better, but the PM9 is not considered overpowered by any means, and the MP7 is, because they don't justify the magazine size, the recoil, all that kind of stuff. Because with the attribute bars, not the MP9, the PM9 and the MP7 are actually the exact same gun, except like it had same accuracy, range, damage, mobility. The only difference was the PM9 had a slightly faster fire rate. So, you know, realistically, using those sort of attribute bars, why would you use the MP7? There's absolutely no reason to. You might as well just use the PM9 if you want that fast fire rate. But obviously, like I said, the MP7 is the one that everyone considers overpowered. So, because the recoil and the sprayability of it, you know. That's not the point of this, little guide. So the first weapon that I'm going to be covering in this series, and it is going to be a series, is the MTAR. And the MTAR was back in Modern Warfare 2. It was called the TAR-21 then. And the TAR-21 and the MTAR are both very, very similar guns. The reason why, there's just a couple things that they sort of add to it. I'm trying to think of a word here I can't use to describe it, but we'll start off with the stats that are fairly basic and stuff like that, and then I'll elaborate on what has changed later on. So the mag size is 30, and you get 120 total bullets to start out. That's just completely standard. However, you've put the extended clip attachment on, which is the extended mag. It's just the clip thing is actually factual error on Treyarch's part, but we're not here to bitch about that. You get only 33% extra as opposed to 50%. So with that, you get 40 rounds in one magazine, and then you get 160 starting rounds in total. Now, there's a new stat that's coming to Black Ops 2, and this stat is called the average rate of fire. Now, why is it called the average rate of fire? Is because there's a couple guns in this game that the rate of fire will change as you fire the guns. The best example of this is the Hammer LMG. For example, it starts out firing really, really fast, and then after about 10 bullets or so, it slows down to a very slow speed. So that's pretty interesting, in my opinion, which is a really cool addition to the game that I like. And so, yeah, let's just get on with it. So the average rate of fire for the MTAR is 690. Now, the 690, if you aren't getting the game quite yet, a good gun to practice this with is the AK-47 in Modern Warfare 3, because they feature the exact same fire rates and very similar recoil patterns. They're very similar guns, if you ask me. But basically, it's the same, you know, it's the exact same fire rate. It's 60 RPM slower than it was in Modern Warfare 2. However, the reason why, like, if you put the TAR-21 up against the MTAR in, like, one game, the TAR-21 will be better. That's because that's the style of Modern Warfare 2, was to make every gun overpowered, basically. And, you know, it worked for some guns, but then there were some guns that were just, like, you know, overpowered beyond extent, you know. But basically, yeah, it's got that. And then the reload speed is about 2.12 seconds. It's just a tad bit slower than it was in Modern Warfare 2, because like they did with the TMP and the MP9, they added a little tap animation to tap the magazine at the end. I don't know why they did that, because, you know, I don't think the MTAR sounds overpowered by any means. Okay, but what we're really here for, that everyone wants to know about, is the damage. Now, it kills in 3 bullets at close range, and it kills 4 bullets at long range. Very much like your typical assault rifle sort of gun, which, you know, it's a very standard gun. Now, the recoil. The recoil, I would say the profile is exactly like it was in Modern Warfare 2. The only difference is that it's a lot more. They added, or they must have lowered the center speed or whatever, because there's more recoil, but it kicks around in the same general direction. Sorry, this is all I'm really able to get to, guys, but it's got like the standard AR stats. It's got like 0.25 second aim down sight time, stuff like that. But that's really all you need to know, guys. Thank you for watching this. Like the video if you feel like it, and we'll see you guys later. Peace.